One, two, three. That's right. Happy birthday.
Hi everyone, welcome to Shell Sugar Rush. Welcome back if you've been here before. Today I'm going to be sharing with you this adorable Minnie Mouse smash cake that I made for my 1-year-old niece's birthday. And I also made some adorable treats to go along with this smash cake. So if you enjoy things like this, stick around and watch me put it all together. So for the cake, I have actually baked 2 6-inch vanilla cakes, and I am going to torte both of these just so that we have 4 layers. Just wanted to put more layers than just 2 to give a more nicer proportion of icing to cake layers. So here I'm just going to start with the first layer and fill that in with some white American vanilla buttercream, and I'm going to go ahead and do all of the remaining layers, and that for that last layer I am going to flip it upside down just so that we put it bottom side up and it gives us a nice flat surface to work with on the top of the cake. So I'm just going to give this a nice crumb coat and pop it in the fridge for a little bit just to let it chill, and then we'll start that final layer. So our smash cake is out of the fridge and it is chilled. So now I'm going to go in with a final coat of some pink American buttercream, and I'm just going to apply a generous amount of that around the cake. And of course then I'll go back with my bench scraper and just smooth that out around and on the top, and then we'll pop it back in the fridge for just a few more minutes, just to let that final layer set and start working on some of the decorations. Now here I'm cutting out some fondant pieces. These are actually going to go on top of the cupcakes that are going along with the smash cake. And here I've just taken one of my smaller circle cutters and cut out some pink fondant circles, and then I've taken some white fondant and cut out the letter R for the initial for her name, and I'm just attaching those letters onto the circles just to get them ready for placement on those cupcakes. So here are the 2 dozen vanilla cupcakes that I've baked, and I'm just using a regular circle piping tip here just to pipe basically a flat swirl on these. I want this lower rather than higher because of the decor that's going to go on top. So I've gotten all those done, and I am going to actually use the little Oreos for the ears, and I'm adding the circles that I did with the R on them and a little pink bow for that final decoration. These are just so adorable. And here I'm doing the 2 dozen chocolate ones that I baked, and I'm going to do the same to them, just piping kind of a flat swirl on top of each one. And of course then I'll go back and once again add those little Oreos for the ears, and then the pink circle with the R, and of course the pink bow to top it all off. So here is our finished chocolate cupcakes, and like I said, these just came out so adorable. I love the way they look. And to go along with the treats, I've also made some Minnie Mouse Rice Krispie treats, and I actually dipped the top half in chocolate and added the pink bow for that finishing touch on these. And here I've just packaged them in some really pretty iridescent bags. One of these individually packaged just because they're going to a park. And of course here are some pretzel rods that I've dipped and drizzled to go along with them as well. Now here I'm just rolling out some pink fondant to cut out a birthday message for the cake, and unfortunately I didn't get this piece on camera, but I did make the top for the cake, and I actually did do a Minnie Mouse hat, and it is fondant. The cap part is fondant, and I did the ears with the larger Oreos, and of course added a pink bow on top, which you'll see in just a little bit when I add that to the top of the cake. But here I'm just finishing that birthday message that I'm cutting out of the pink fondant, and then we're going to start placing things on that cake. So here I'm just cutting out a 1 with white fondant and placing that on the front of the cake. And here is that top piece that I told you about earlier, the Minnie Mouse Cap. And I'm going to kind of set that kind of back on the top of the cake and just attach that bow with a little bit of melted chocolate. And there you go. Now I also, of course, added some circles to this cake as well, just to top it off. And those circles I actually just cut out with the bottom of one of my piping tips. And here you can also see that I have added that birthday message to the cake board for the birthday girl. I just absolutely love how this smash cake and treats turned out. I think they're absolutely adorable. Let me know what you think about them in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And don't forget, if you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you'll be notified when I upload more cakes and treats in the future. Thank you for your support, and I'll see you next time.
Oh, wait,